Anybody here? Anybody watching? Anybody watching the stream? Let me see. Let me check the chat. Anybody's here for the big event? Hello, Philip August. Hello, Lettuce. I am here in my mom's basement. I'm actually in my room. This is my room, sort of. Technically speaking, I inhabited the whole apartment for some time, but this apartment had an interesting history, let's just say. Okay. Hello. 52%. How is everyone? Those who are here, how are you? Let's see if when our guests will be ready to join. In the meantime, we can talk about other things, but I need to have anybody to talk to them about. Oh, might as well take this off for now. Oh, this is good. This feels dangerous. Oh, I'll have to take HRT soon. Wait. Oh. I actually have to take HRT now. Never mind. Hold on. I'll be right back. You all gather around. You all gather around the fire. Gather around this Hasanabi-like stream. I'm here now. Oh, fake Alec Hall Parker. And I'll come back with HRT. And then we can get this party started, I guess. Right back, one moment. HRT. You might be noticing that I'm wearing a scarf. A nice blue scarf. This scarf is a gift. My package has arrived from the US. My package from Greater Rain has arrived. So this will be my permanent accessory to the streams. The handmade scarf. It makes me look like an intellectual. Okay? So I'm doing the advice that I've been given by you look cozy. That's good. I like being cozy. I look like an cozy intellectual. Okay? So I'm gonna show you before. I think we're gonna maybe start this debate soon. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm gonna show you all the items that I have received in the box. Okay? How do you feel about that? Also, I'm gonna take HRT on stream. I'm gonna disconnect it for now. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect it for now. Okay. Ready? So I received, I'm gonna save the best things for last, but I have received, of course, this blue scarf that has been handmade by Greater Rain. They knitted it for me. A handmade scarf. Is that cool? The permanent accessory for the stream. How do you like it? Hello, Greater Rain. I'm starting this stream from talking about the box that arrived. I'm showing off the blue scarf that's gonna be the permanent accessory for the streams moving forward. It's gonna be that's gonna make me look like an intellectual on stream. I've been advised to tailor my look to look more like an intellectual, and I think this blue scarf is going to be the thing to do it for me. It's going to be my accessory to make me look like an intelligent person. So apart from that, I got this. It's apple butter. Okay, let's see if you can see it. Apple butter. That apparently is really good. I might try it on stream. I might take some. I've bought some Georgian bread, or maybe I'll warm up some hachapuri does not fit. I'll just take some bread and I'll smear it on it and try it that way. Would it work? I also got a pack of Old Bay. Oh my gosh. It's a pack of Old Bay. The favorite spice of the people of the best state in the US. Look, on the back there's a recipe for Maryland crab cakes. See? The Maryland crab cakes. Not sure if you can see it. Okay. Recipe. Maryland crab cakes recipe. Here it is. And last but not least, okay, wow, it's been like plasticized. Baltimore Oriole. The nice picture of the bird that symbolizes Maryland. Painted by Greater Rain. I'm gonna have this on my usual thing. This is gonna be a permanent stay. It's always gonna hang somewhere in the background, the Maryland bird. And that's it. What do you think? What do you think? Did you get Ukrainian borscht? Today not. I didn't get Ukrainian borscht. Believe it or not, Poland has its own variation of borscht. And actually, yeah, I do. Wait, I just said that it's going to be a permanent accessory for the streams. I just said it. It's going to be a permanent accessory. Am I muted or something? I'm not muted, am I? It's going to be permanent. I'm always going to be wearing it on streams. It makes me look intellectual. Believe it or not, borscht is actually a Polish traditional Christmas dish. One of Christmas dishes. Wow, the chat is super delayed. Oh my gosh, it shouldn't. It should not be delayed. If it's delayed, then oh yeah, that's because I'm streaming from the laptop, so it's like a mistake. I don't know how to change it with the setting. We'll have to work it out on off stream. Yeah. Yeah. Borscht is actually a traditional thing for Polish Christmas Eve. Believe it or not. Coke. Coke with my Coke. So we're gonna have to deal with the chat being super delayed, okay? It's okay. We're gonna be okay. I'm gonna check if our debate partner is ready, more or less. What's their name again? What's their name again? Oh yeah, I have to take the hormones. I keep forgetting to take the hormones, you see. Right. I messaged the person on Google Chrome. So I got Polish borscht. Polish borscht is a little bit different than the Ukrainian one. In Polish you say barszt, actually. Barszt. The Ukrainian word is borscht, but the Polish word is barszt. And it's like a Christmas Eve dish. So yeah. We're gonna be eating it. Who's the interlocutor you're facing? A person that wanted to debate President Sunday, but President Sunday did not want to debate them because the topic of the stream was not Ukraine. And then I thought to myself, I'll debate him, whatever, I'll debate him, it's okay. And then they said, yeah, let's debate. So we'll see. If they write me back, I'm gonna debate them. If not, it is what it is. I cannot drag people. Did I actually take the hormones? Or no? Wait, I feel like I still haven't taken the hormones. I feel like I'm having some... I feel like I'm having early onset Alzheimer's. If I've taken just hormones 2 times in a row, then whatever. I'll be that much more of a woman if I've taken them twice in a row now. It's on camera. I'm doing it on camera, so if I've taken them once or twice, it's all gonna be caught on stream. My early onset dementia. Damn, President Sunday got scared. I know, it looks good on you, right? Does it make me look like an intellectual? Does it make me look like an intellectual? Oh. Or no? I like it. I also wore it outside today. I also wore the scarf outside today. Topics, don't worry. Even if the debate does not happen, we have topics, political topics. There's gonna be political stream. Can you hear anything in the background? Just asking. The television's on in the other room and I'm wondering if you can hear it. Polish news are on. So I'm just curious. I'm just curious if you can hear anything. Or is it all good? I'm not sure if they're on. I don't hear a television. Well, that's good. That's good. And now we wait, I guess, for the debate person. And if they don't appear, I've prepared some topics. I guess we can then just go through the topics briefly, and that'll be it. That'll be the stream. I can show you a few cool items in the meantime. How do you like my... Well, actually, it's like a... Jesus Christ. Come to think of it, the way the camera is situated, you would not be able to... In Ukraine, there's this decoration usually in the corner, but apart from that, it's a very similar white wall. So if I told you... Right now, if I told you, yeah, I'm back in Kyiv, look, it's the same white wall as usual, you probably would believe it. Because it does not look so that much different. The way that I'm framed in a camera. I could say just right now, yeah, I'm in Kyiv. Yeah, I'm in Kyiv. I'm streaming from Kyiv right now. And like, yeah, that tracks. The Lucian camera looks identical to Lucian Kyiv. You know? I'm surprised you haven't tried the apple butter yet. I'm gonna try it on stream probably. I'm very patient. I'm a very patient person when it comes to some things. When it comes to some things, I'm a very impatient person. When it comes to some things, I'm very needy and impatient. And when it comes to some things, I'm very disciplined and patient. How are you feeling today? How are you all feeling today? Should we start reacting to some video before I feel there's a few videos that I wanted to. Okay, we might as well react to a video while we wait for the debate person. Hold on. I have a video that I wanted to actually react to. Hold on. It's called... You're gonna like it. Where is it? It's called something something while Hideo Kojima burned his voice actors. You could watch that before the debate. What do you think? You feel good today? Nice. You're pretty okay today as well. Among other things, thanks to you. Thanks to the package that you've sent. And two nice things happened. Oh yeah, I got a gift. I've got a bra. I've never had a bra before. Now I've got a bra. I've got a bra. Bro. I'm wearing one. I'm wearing a bra underneath this thing. I've never had one before because I feel like I'm too small to have a bra, but I'm wearing one underneath this. So you probably cannot tell, but I am. I'm a bra person now. So debating Tyler then? No, not Tyler. Not Tyler, not today. I'm debating a person that wanted to debate President Sunday on Ukraine, but President Sunday kicked them off the call. So once the person messages me, we're gonna get them on and we're gonna start the debate. We're debating... I thought this was going to be a debate about Ukraine, but I believe this might end up being a debate about anti-man sexism. It might just end up being a debate about sexism against men. So I don't even know, honestly. What? Why did you? What happened? So no, Tyler has debated some raw person. I have seen a very, how should I put it? I have seen a very energetic part of Westside Tyler, and I'm not sure I like it. I have been shown a side of Westside Tyler that I am not sure I'm a big fan of. I don't know what to think. Whatever. You know, people are people, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Why will you wait for the person to possibly make themselves known or not? Do you think we should try the apple butter on stream? I'm gonna make a poll. Should I try the bake? Should I try apple butter? Yeah. Hell no. Start the uncat. I've started it on YouTube. MRAs are still around. They aren't all pretending to be turfs, I guess. Like, this person said that they got interested in the topic of Ukraine because of Ukrainian anti-man sexism. Because of Ukraine's sexism against men. That's what got this person interested in the topic of Ukraine to begin with. And I'm like, what? That's okay. I see what's happening. I see what's happening here. So it's gonna be a thing. It's gonna be a debate. Okay, I'm gonna prepare a few pieces of bread. My mom just swore. I hope you did not hear that. I hope you did not hear my mom swearing just now. You did not hear anything, right? Do they mean the military draft? I mean, sure, but not exactly unique to Ukraine. I think, yeah, the draft. They are from India, and they said that they voted for Modi because the left is too sexist towards men, and that they feel like a second-class citizen as a man in India, because India is a very sexist place against men, apparently. And at this point, I'm like, what? Huh? Well, what's going on? You know? So yeah. You know, India, the place that famously discriminates against men. We'll see. We'll see where the conversation will go. We'll see. The person still has not really... Okay, I guess I'm gonna go grab a few pieces of bread, and then I'm gonna, you know, We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna be back because you all voted for me to try the apple butter. So I'm gonna mute the mic for a second. I'm gonna grab a few pieces of Georgian bread. I actually went to a Georgian bakery today because, as shocking as it might turn out to some people, as shocking as it may be to some people, Georgian food is actually also available in Poland. No way. Yes. And so I went to a Georgian bakery today. I got some hachapuri and Georgian bread. And a few cinnamon snacks as well. Okay, I'll be right back. Actually, it was not just a Georgian bakery. It was a Armenian Georgian bakery. So it wasn't just Georgian, it was also Armenian. But I'm taking this Georgian bread, or possibly Armenian, because it was an Armenian, uh, Georgian bakery. I'm gonna combine Armenian Georgian bread with this lovely apple butter. I'm gonna open it now while we wait for the person that I'm supposed to debate, and we're gonna try it on stream. I thought the guy wrote back, but it's Dr. Johns. I thought it was the guy. Dr. Johns hyped me up. Okay, let's open it. I am. The smell is not like something that I've. Actually, I'm gonna smear it on the bread. Okay, and I'm also. I'm gonna. I'm gonna let my mom taste the first one. Sorry, apologies. I'm gonna go off screen for a bit. I'm gonna give my mom the first one. I'm not gonna eat the first one. I'm gonna give my mom the first one. Actually, I'm gonna be a good child, okay? Okay, so she said that the taste is an 8 out of 10. I'm gonna try it now. The taste is apparently, she said that it's sort of, that it tastes similar to a thing that we make out of plumes in Poland. There's a thing that we make out of plumes, and this apparently tastes similar to that. Oh, I guess I'm not good at closing jars. Okay, so this definitely does not have the consistency of butter. So I'm not sure why it's called butter. Because this does not feel like butter at all. It's a nice taste, but the taste does not resemble apple at all. Let me see. Which one? Where are the voice chats? Um, what the hell was that? Alright, let's see if this works. If it doesn't, then, whatever. Who joined the channel just now? Oh. Who's Anon? Is it like why did you join with an alt? Why? Oh, the internet is not doing. The internet is suddenly doing worse. Okay. I'm inching ever closer to the exit of this room. Alright, I'm gonna. Okay. Let's see if it'll work. Again, I have no clue what I'm doing. So, I hate this. I hate this crap. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. I don't care. I just, what the? This is so stupid. I've been made this. I've done, oh, whatever, no. I cannot deal with this. This is stupid. And I hate it. And it froze. I'm gonna, this stage crap is just stupid. Oh my god. How do I end this? I cannot pull people into the speakers. This is stupid. I hate this. Okay, I have to. Hello? Hello, hello? Do you have your. Can you hear me? Your microphone is off. I cannot hear you. Oh my goodness.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome.
Hey, what's up?
So you're here to
I
talk
think
to
there's
me?
an issue. There's a lot of static.
Static? What do
Yes,
you
there's a
mean?
lot of static behind you.
Behind me? What do you
Oh,
mean?
yeah, so when I hear your voice, in your voice, there's a lot of static.
Oh, I don't know how to fix that. People don't say there is a lot of static. When I, at least in the audience, nobody's saying that there's static.
Okay, I have
And I
fixed your
assure you,
volume.
people would say if there was a static, they would cry about it. They would bully me over it. So,
Okay, well, I have fixed it. It's fine now.
as I understand it, you've called into President Sunday recently to debate. Is that right?
Yeah,
So what happened?
and I think I got banned. Did I get banned there?
You got banned, yeah. I don't know why, to be honest. But yes, you did get
Me
banned.
neither.
So what happened there with the call to President Sunday? I have a question regarding that actually, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you decide to call into President Sunday to debate Ukraine?
Yeah, sure.
Why not any other creator that talks about Ukraine, like Mercado Media or Dylan Burns or Lonerbox even? Wouldn't they be more receptive than President Sunday? President Sunday doesn't really talk about Ukraine. Oh, there is static. I don't know how to fix that. I have no clue.
Well, I,
I'm using the usual microphone. I don't know how to fix that.
well, well, I think if you can lower your volume, I mean, from my side, I think it's fixed. But anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that creator you're talking about.
Which one?
I just knew President Sunday, and he
Oh,
just talked about Ukraine, and he has Collins,
because
so that's why I decided to call him.
he doesn't really talk about Ukraine much. He's not really interested in the topic of Ukraine. Lucy, mute the color for 5
Have you
seconds to the...
fixed?
Hmm?
Have you fixed your issue? So like we can talk, or do I shut up so I can fix it?
One moment. I'll mute you for a second, okay? Okay, mute it for a second. So, is there still static? Still static? Is there still static? Well, I've boosted their sound. I've boosted their sound to 200%. Is there still static? A bit? I mean, all I can do is to lower it like this on the OBS side. Yeah, the static is yours. I don't know how to fix that. What is the noise? Like, I'm doing the same thing as usual with the laptop, so I don't know what the background sound is. You know? I just don't know. I guess it's my problem. I just don't know how to... Wait, maybe I'll... No, that will make no sense for me to... I don't know. I don't know how to fix the static. Well, I boosted them to 200%. So I don't know what I can change. My voice is booming. Booming voice. Okay, what now? How about now? Better now? I've lowered it quite a bit. I've lowered the voice quite a bit. I've lowered myself quite a bit now. Better? Technical issues. Apologies, Nixon. I don't know how to fix that. And I was watching the video with you. Which video? It has to be something with the laptop. But I've streamed from Ukraine. No problem. With this microphone. Laptop microphone, and there was never a problem. I've had call-ins on the laptop from Ukraine, and there was never a problem. Now the voice is too low. Okay, how about now? Jesus Christ almighty. My gosh. You can unmute yourself, Nixon, by the way, because we need to test how loud you are. We need to test your loudness, okay? We need to make you loud. Are you still here?
Hey.
Hello. Okay, let me say something.
Hello. Testing.
Okay. Can you...
Yeah, say something.
Can you speak closer to the microphone and louder, if that's possible? How's it now?
I think my voice was fine when I was on a channel on.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll try to hear myself on in just a second.
All right. I cannot believe I talked to Brooks on this laptop. It was fine, and there was no static. I think at least no static when I streamed in Ukraine. Maybe this laptop is just cursed for Poland. It's just cursed for Poland. Good. Test with the color. So say something, Nixon, and then we can begin our debate, our blood sports debate in earnest. It's gonna be a bloody debate. Ready?
Yeah, just a second.
Okay. All right. It seems like it's okay now, so you can unmute yourself and we can start talking. Unfortunately, fake Alec Kyle Parker is going to have to fix the thing in post. That's gonna be fake Alec Kyle Parker job to fix certain things in post.
I think someone in chat is saying that maybe it's the laptop mic that's being used. So have you checked that?
Yeah, but I cannot do anything about it because I only have the laptop microphone here. I don't have anything else at my disposal right here, unfortunately. So we're going to have to deal with what we have.
Headphones don't have a mic.
Hmm?
Your headphones have a mic, right?
No, they don't. They actually don't.
So I actually, you said that why did I call President Sunday, not the other guy?
And like, well, I
don't know
named
about the other guy.
three other guys. I named
Yeah, I just
Mercado.
watch Destiny.
Oh, even Destiny talks about Ukraine more than President Sunday.
Yeah, I will. I will. But
Destiny basically talks with anybody, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
I watched Destiny, and that's how I came to know about President Sunday, and I don't know about the other creator.
Yeah,
I
you
did
never.
try to
Yeah.
debate. So who's that guy? That
Well,
guy that has been with Destiny, and like he's mainly talking about Ukraine.
sorry,
He's a Ukrainian journalist.
Ukrainian journalist.
So
Or
there's this guy that speaks with Destiny a lot, and he runs that hippie dippy something.
oh,
Do you
you mean him?
Oh yeah, that guy. Yes.
So why not talk
So
to him?
yeah, and I tried to speak with him. I
No.
tried to, but
What?
I just came in and their mods just banned me. They asked me. I think they banned me because I don't have a channel or something. I don't have a following, so they just banned me. Like who?
But
I think that's why they just banned me.
did Dylan Burns talked to people that have no following before?
Well, I don't
Have
know
you
if
tried
he banned
contacting
me
him
because
directly?
Well,
Like email
it's very
or?
difficult, right?
Well, no, he has an email. You can just write it.
Yeah, I mean everybody has an email, but people don't usually respond. They get thousands of emails.
I don't think
I've
Dylan
tried to
Burns gets
contact people with
thousands of emails.
emails, and it usually doesn't work.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
hundreds maybe, or he's not gonna email it. I don't get a response.
So you've tried
So
talking
I
to
didn't
Dylan
bother.
Burns and it didn't work out?
Yep.
What about Lonerbox? Have you heard of Lonerbox?
Yep. And I tried talking to him as well, and before I could even reach him,
Honestly, worse than when I was in Ukraine, and that's saying something. Okay? And that's saying something. Okay? The internet is working for me worse. Just in case, I'm actually recording this conversation on the PC. I'm actually doing this the smart way, and I'm actually recording this.
So there's a Russian guy in chat saying maybe after visiting Ukraine he'll stop to talk like he knows something because it's clearly that he doesn't. So
He's talking not about you, he's talking about Destiny. He said, I'm
he's
watching
talking about
Destiny
Destiny.
and I can tell that the guy is completely clueless on the subject matter. Maybe after visiting Ukraine he'll stop talking like he knows something because it's clear that he doesn't. He wasn't talking about you. The chatter was talking about Destiny.
Okay. Okay, that's fine. Destiny sucks.
Right.
Yeah, so you know, getting to the actual debate that uh, um, so we were like you know we were chatting and I'm of the opinion that Ukraine is a slave state.
A slave state.
Yes,
Can you define a slave state for me?
and a state that practices slavery, and Ukraine has slaves in
Can
their
you
army.
can you name me a country, a nation state that is not a slave state?
India, there you go.
Does India not do draft?
No.
No, there is no draft in India.
Well, in China as well. They don't
There
have a
is there
draft as
is
well.
there is draft in China.
Is there? Are you talking about registration or like you have to actually go there?
Hold on.
Okay, then what about Japan? There's no draft there, so
I'm pretty
it's
sure
not a
that
slave state
Japan
either.
definitely has mandatory military service in the Japanese Defense Force. I don't know why my computer is working so slowly right now. I apologize. I just have no clue what is happening. I'm, I'm suffering from very bad technical issues. Does China have military draft? The Chinese system operates through a process of draft
Yes, China.
registration. De jure military service with the PLA is obligatory for all Chinese citizens. Obligatory. So by your standard, that would mean that China is a slave state. By law, military service with the PLA is obligatory for all Chinese citizens. India indeed does not have a draft. It did not have mandatory service. So is India the
Yeah, but
only
is that
non-slave
law
state?
actually enforced?
Yeah, of course.
Is it enforced?
Does China not have a military?
I don't think China enforces it. So
I
like
think,
when a Chinese person actually
refuses to go to the military,
hits the
they
age
can
of
just not go and face no repercussions whatsoever.
so I don't so okay so when a Chinese person hits the age of like 18 whatever, do they have to go to the military? I don't think so.
Yeah, there is mandatory military service in China. We can go further into it if you wish. But per cursory
Okay.
search shows me that there is conscription in China. There's a whole Wikipedia article called Conscription in China. It began as an all-volunteer force in 1955, but
I
to
think it started
modernize
because
the PLA, the first military service law created a system of compulsory military service since the late 1970s. The Chinese conscription laws mandate a hybrid system that combines conscripts and volunteers. Due to sufficient volunteer recruitment, mandatory military service has not been enacted, but it is still in the law. So if there was a war, then Chinese
yes,
people would
so
be drafted.
Yeah, not necessarily.
Necessarily.
So it's not enacted, but it is. You're right. It is in the law.
Yeah.
It is in the law.
And
So in a
it's only
sense,
not enacted because
yeah.
there's no
So in a
war.
sense, I mean,
Ukraine also did not draft before the invasion.
uh, okay, but they did at the end, and
Yeah,
we
because
can't
there's
say
a
that
war.
much.
Because there's
Yeah,
an
sure. I
invasion.
don't care about China.
Is Russia a slave state?
Okay, sure. I mean, the US has a draft registration.
Yeah.
Are they drafting? Then yeah. But the difference is the entire Ukraine is claiming to be the good guy here, and
Yeah,
the
it is.
it's
It's
getting aid
invaded.
from the US,
Mm-hmm.
which it should not be getting.
Why?
Yeah, so it's getting aid by the US, and it shouldn't be getting it.
Why not?
No one's aiding Russia.
Apart from Iran,
Well, because it's a slave
North
state.
Korea, and China, they are aiding Russia. They are actually aiding Russia. There are North Korean troops in Ukraine, or rather in Kursk region in Russia. There are no European troops in Ukraine supporting Ukrainian troops. There are no US troops on the ground. But Russian allies do support Russia with troops. So there are countries that support Russia. But you said that nobody
I
is
mean,
supporting Russia.
Western nations.
Yeah,
Well, I
because.
didn't mean it literally, of
Yeah.
course.
How did you mean?
Yeah, I didn't mean it literally. I mean, like the
Yes, how did
most
you
of the
mean it?
world that actually matters. So Western countries are not.
Are you saying that China does not matter on the international
Yeah, so I
stage?
was saying that Western China, I think they abstained on the UN vote, whatever.
They
I don't think
support
they're aiding
Russia
Russia.
economically. They are openly and less openly with the drone production, which has been proven.
Okay, even if they do, okay, even if they do,
Hmm.
in a sense, they don't really matter. I'm talking about Western countries, they culturally
Well, they matter.
and
There
economically and in a bunch of other ways,
a
they
huge,
matter.
a huge bulk of the Russian armaments come from the Allies. A lot of shells come from North Korea. A lot of drones come from Iran. We cannot say that it does not matter. It matters a lot. Not to mention the troops on the ground, the North Korean troops on the ground that supply manpower. That is a huge impact. And let's not forget, both the United
Okay, I
States
mean, this is not
and.
really.
Yeah? Is there something you want to
Yeah, I
respond
mean,
with?
this is not really the debate about the topic. We are drifting to something else.
Well, we are drifting to
So,
whether or not any of these countries should be. You said that Ukraine is being aided and it shouldn't, and that nobody's aiding Russia. But I demonstrated that Russia is very much being aided by its allies.
yes, but that's not what I meant.
What did you mean?
So, anyways, I mean that Western countries are not aiding Russia.
Yeah,
Western
that's
countries
good.
should also not aid Ukraine.
Why not?
Yeah, Ukraine should also not be getting US aid because it's a slave state. It's actually against US law to aid nations that abuse human rights.
But
So
Ukraine
it's
does not
against
abuse
US law
human
to aid them.
rights. Not according to the US law or the Ukrainian law
Is
or the
slavery an
international law.
abuse of human rights?
But draft is not slavery. There is no definition of draft that
Well,
calls it slavery. I welcome you to find me a definition of draft that would define
So
it
the
as
Ukraine
slavery.
is abusing human rights.
Are you talking legally or morally? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Legally speaking, that a draft is definitely not slavery.
Yeah, legally speaking.
That no, it's not draft. It's not slavery. No. Mandatory military service is not treated as slavery by. I don't think you can.
But do you?
Not by the U.S., not by the international law. There's no legal body that will define the draft as slavery and abuses of human rights. Like, what would be the alternative?
But you do agree that
Let's
slavery would be
let's explore this. What would be the
okay. I'd
alternative?
like to respond.
Yeah, go on.
So okay, so you do agree that slavery is an abuse of human rights, right?
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And so the draft is slavery. I mean, like,
I mean, we cannot just
you're
say the
forcing.
draft is slavery. You have to establish that.
Yes, I am. So you're forcing somebody to do work, to do labor. You're forcing somebody to do it. It is slavery, is it not?
Not under the law. You could say that morally it comes close. And I would say that morally it's still justified, but under the law,
Yeah,
the
but
draft is not considered slavery.
being slavery and
there's
it's
no
not
legal
considered slavery.
there's no legal
True,
definition.
but it is slavery.
Morally speaking, yeah, you could make that case. But
Give you a legal definition.
Of what? Of the draft?
Okay. So talking about legal definitions,
Mm-hmm.
look at the United Nations definition of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
Can you pull it up on stream
Mm,
or no?
we can. When it loads. The United States definition of slavery, yes? Slavery Convention.
Yeah, the Slavery Convention of 1926.
So it's a big article.
Yeah,
It's a bit.
if you
So what are
look at
you?
Article 1,
Yeah. Slavery is the status of
yes,
condition of a person whom all or any all of
take
the
your
powers
attention.
attaching to the right of ownership are
Yeah.
exercised. The draft does not mean that the state owns the soldier.
Okay, but they are exercising powers attaching to the right of ownership.
No. How so?
So slavery is the condition of a person over whom rights or powers attaching to the right of ownership are exercised. So rights of ownership such as you control where that person goes, like where that person
The
goes
state
or
cannot
what that
sell or
person
buy.
do,
The state cannot
what that
sell or
person
buy a
does.
soldier, right? There's no ownership of the soldier. The state does not have ownership of the soldier. It cannot sell the soldier, it cannot buy the soldier, it cannot just kill the soldier.
Yeah, you can say that.
I mean, I can, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to own somebody necessarily
You
for it to
do.
be
That
considered
is,
slavery,
you do. That
according to
is,
this
that
definition.
is
You
the,
see? You
yeah.
see?
According to this definition, the slave trade is included all acts involved in the capture, acquisition, or disposal of a person with intent to reduce him to slavery, involved in the acquisition of a slave, with a view to selling or exchanging him, all acts of disposal by sale or exchange of a slave, acquired with a view to being sold or exchanged, and in general every act of trade or transport in slaves. Ownership is the most important requirement for slavery. Without ownership, there is no slavery.
Not according to this definition.
Well, I'm reading it. That's what I just read. Article 1, second point.
Yeah, and why are you
It
reading the second
specifies
point? The
because
definition.
we have to read all the points. Article 1, point 2. It's the same article.
You can read all the points, but is I guess they're defining slave trade.
Well, no. It's still
You can
Article
have
1.
slavery without a slave trade.
For the purpose of the present convention, the following definitions are agreed upon. It's part of the definition. It's not defining the slave trade. Ownership is a key component of slavery.
Yeah, I'm talking about the second point. The second point is describing the slave trade.
No, it's still a definition.
The first,
Article 1. For the purpose of the
no, it's
present convention,
literally,
the following definitions, plural, are agreed upon. Point 1 and point 2. Point 2 is not a description of the slave trade. It's
yeah,
still a definition. And the military draft
okay.
is recognized not as slavery, it is a service.
Well, actually,
No
some
law
countries and some,
considers draft to be slavery. Not in the
well,
US, not in
actually,
Ukraine, nor international law.
they do. See, here's the funny thing, they do.
Well, can
I
you?
think there was, uh, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
So, I think there was this European something, they drafted something about human rights, and so they were prohibiting slavery and forced labor. But when they were doing it, I can look this up, like what the actual document was, but
And even within the
it
draft,
basically,
I've just remembered. Go on, continue. Because even
yeah,
within the
so it
draft,
was
there is
basically a
such a thing.
document.
Yeah. Go on. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you. Go on.
Yeah, so the document was basically about prohibiting slavery, forced labor, and it was about human rights or
Mm-hmm.
something. So
Yeah.
what they did was they prohibited forced labor and slavery, but they made an exception. They made an exception for the draft. So, basically admitting that the draft is slavery. And
No.
there are also a bunch of other countries like Singapore that do consider the draft slavery or forced labor, but they make an exception for it.
But that's irrelevant. The US does not consider it slavery. International law in which we are operating does not, as well as Ukrainian law does not. And within Ukraine, as well as I'm not sure the US, there is such a thing as conscientious objection, which means that you can um, either exchange your military service to public service during war, you're doing work that is beneficial for the state during the war, or you can exchange it for less dangerous military work. So it's a far cry from slavery.
Okay, I think you're reading the definition well. It does not, it specifically talks about powers attaching to the right of ownership.
Yeah.
It does not say ownership. So You're
It
not
does. It does
understanding this
specify.
definition.
It does specify in point
It's
2.
very complicated.
There is no ownership
No, it
involved
talks
in.
about.
Yeah.
Okay, so the point two says the point two is about slave trade. This literally says the slave trade includes all acts, blah blah blah. Talking about slave trade.
Yeah.
I'm talking about slavery. I'm not talking about slave trade. There is no slave trade, but there is slavery.
There is no slavery. There is
So,
service. There is military service. Military service is not the same as slavery.
okay, so yeah, it's a different name. I get it.
No, it's not just a different name.
So,
In slavery, you do not have a
no,
conscientious
okay,
objection. Do you know what
let me break this
conscientious
down.
objection is? Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, you're cutting out a lot.
I am cutting out a lot.
Are you still there?
I am here. Yeah, I
Yes.
went quiet because I'm
Okay,
waiting for you.
you're here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you. I'm not a
Okay,
person that
so
shouts
I'm
over
gonna break
people.
this down.
If you want
Point
to.
number one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So let me break this down. I think there's a big delay. That's why we are interrupting each other. So the rights of ownership. It does not say ownership. It says rights of ownership. So what are rights of ownership? Rights of ownership are such as you control where something goes. You control what that thing does. So basically, you control it, like what the government has control over a person in a draft. They decide where they go. They decide what they do. So they are exercising rights of ownership.
No, that's incorrect.
In other words, they are exercising powers attaching to the right of ownership. They do not own them, I guess you can say that, but they are exercising powers attaching to the right of ownership. That's what this definition is talking about. So, by this definition, it is slavery.
But you're using it now. You're using it incorrectly
Do you
because
understand?
the yes. Would you like me to respond or?
Yeah.
Okay. So according to your definition, it is not slavery because the state does not control exactly what the person does, where the person goes. It can send the person to a unit, but the person can. The easiest thing that a person can do is request to be moved elsewhere. A person can also exercise their right to contentious objection, conscientious objection, in which case they could not do military service at all, depending on the circumstances, and that's just exchange it for community work or exchange it for less dangerous types of work. For example, if a person is against killing on principle, they could request to be sent to a kitchen when they will cook or to any other duties that would not involve combat. That is already goes against what you've described as the state controlling every aspect of the individual.
Okay, so you mentioned two
People
things.
in the
You talk
draft
about
have
conscientious.
agency. Yeah, conscientious objection.
Okay,
People that
so
are
let
drafted
me
have a
respond.
lot more
You
agency
said two
than you
things. You
think.
said okay, so if I can respond,
Yeah, go on.
you mentioned two things: conscientious objection
Objection,
and
yes.
requesting to be sent to another unit.
Yeah.
So if they have to request,
Mm-hmm.
that request can be denied. And if you have to request, I mean, a slave can request. You can beg,
That's
really.
not begging.
So, and the second point about conscientious objection.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Request is a nicer word for it. But speaking about conscientious objection,
Yeah.
not everybody can be the cook. Okay, I mean, at some point, it's not gonna work.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, not everybody can be the cook. So there are actually videos. Yeah, there are. So yeah, some are gonna be denied. Some
Yeah.
are not gonna be able to conscientiously. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Um, yeah, but some are going to be denied that,
But that's
and
irrelevant. The very fact that that exists
oh yeah,
just
exactly.
excludes this from
So yeah, there are
slavery.
actually okay. So there are actually videos. I don't know if you have seen them, but there are videos of in Ukraine where they are basically, it appears to be kidnapping. Uh, some military guys are gonna kidnap a bunch of guys from the streets, and they are, the guys are running away, and it basically appears to be kidnapping.
Appears to. So is
So
it how can you call it
you cannot
kidnapping?
just conscientiously.
Well, it's not kidnapping.
I'm saying it appears to be kidnapping.
Well, but it's not just because it's something
Well,
appears to
I'm
be
saying it
something.
appears to be.
Well,
The way it happens,
that's irrelevant.
they pull up in.
It's irrelevant what it appears to
Well,
be.
first of
What
all, it's not
matters
the
is what it
police.
is. It's not slavery. Legally speaking, it is not slavery.
Well, I'm trying to
Like
make you understand the definition, and
you can argue
I'm
that it
just
should be
relating it.
recognized as slavery on a moral legal basis, but it's not. It is not slavery.
Yeah, you can keep repeating that. So this is the issue that I come
Yeah,
across debating this here. Like people in chat and YouTube,
because
you
you're
just keep
just
repeating it is not slavery. I'm trying to.
I just keep repeating reality to you. Is jury duty slavery in your eyes?
Okay, and is that a point against me?
Yes. Is jury duty slavery?
I don't think that's.
Do you know what jury duty is?
I mean, I know what you're doing.
No, do you know what
I know what
jury
you're doing.
duty
You're
is?
saying, hey, jury, dude. Yes,
Yeah, it's yeah. Is it slavery?
yes, I know. No,
Why not?
well, it is compulsory that you have to show up.
Yeah, you have to under the law.
Why do I think it's not slavery?
Yeah.
Well, because it doesn't appear to be.
Why
Yeah, it
not?
doesn't appear to be. You don't have to. You are not forced.
You are
Well,
under the
I'm
law.
telling you.
Yeah.
So you're not forced. So you're not forced under the threat of violence
You
to
are.
do harsh manual labor like you have to in chattel
So
slavery or in a military draft. You are forced under the threats of violence to do harsh labor.
that's not the
That's why I consider it
that's not the
slavery.
definition of slavery. Harsh harsh labor does not is not included in the definition of slavery. Any
Okay,
type
now
of
you're talking about
force.
definition. I mean,
Yeah.
we have drifted so far. So the issue here is
By
the issue here is that you're
yeah.
not understanding the definition.
Well, I am. Are you? You
So
added
I walked you
harsh
through the
labor.
definition and you
You
just
added
ignored
harsh
it.
labor and the fear and the threat of violence, which, by the way, ignoring jury duty does come with the threat of violence by the state.
Okay.
So is jury duty
You
slavery?
don't have to do harsh labor though.
It doesn't matter. If a slave does light labor, do they stop being a slave?
So are you trying to? So I know what you are implying here, that hey, this guy, by this guy's logic, jury duty is slavery,
Yeah.
but it's not. We don't consider it. So this
Well,
guy's logic is bad.
we also don't consider draft to be slavery under the law.
Well, I mean, if I guess you can call jury duty forced labor, but I don't know what you mean. If jury duty is not slavery or forced labor, then neither is chattel slavery.
What is the difference between chattel slavery and the draft? Can you name any differences? Do you think it's exactly the same? Do you think those things are the same?
Yeah, the difference is uh, you don't die in chattel slavery
Yes, you do.
usually.
Many people did.
Yeah, I'm sure many people did,
So that's not a
but I'd
difference.
rather take my chances there than I think you're more predisposed to dying in a war than like being a rich guy slave. Anyways, that's not relevant. You can say that I'm ridiculous because jury duty is not slavery, but then neither is chattel slavery, neither is the
Well, it
draft.
is.
What I want to
The
talk
draft
about
is not
is
slavery. Yes, the draft is not
the
slavery.
definition.
Yeah,
Well, I want to talk about definition because you just don't understand it.
yeah,
It says powers attaching to the right of ownership. It says exercise of powers attaching to the right of ownership. That is slavery by this definition. Do you agree? Do you understand?
sorry. Do I agree
So,
with what?
according to the UN's definition,
Yeah,
if you are exercising powers attaching to the rights of ownership,
yeah,
that is slavery. Do you understand?
of course.
Yes. So, when somebody is being drafted, the authorities are what are they doing? Are they exercising powers attaching to the rights of ownership?
No, no.
So powers attaching to the rights of ownership. What are the rights of ownership?
The right of the ownership are, well, that you own somebody. They are your property.
No, 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 not no, no.
Yeah,
Well, actually, yeah, you're correct. I thought it said right. I thought it said rights. It says right.
yeah,
So it says the right of ownership.
yeah,
It says powers attaching to the right of ownership. So they
yeah.
are, for example, I think I can even give you a source on this one on what this means. It means that you
The right
control
of ownership.
where something goes
The right of
or what
ownership
something.
refers to the legal claim a person has over a thing, granting them the widest range of property rights in a private property system. Soldiers are not property of the state.
Yeah, sure, they don't have the right to ownership over them, but are they exercising the powers attaching to it?
No.
Are they doing
You
the
cannot
powers attaching to
exercise a
it?
power without having it. You cannot exercise the right of ownership without having it. How do you exercise something without having it?
Well, the definition is only concerned with whether or not you are exercising the powers attaching to it. So, what
Okay.
are the powers that come with a right to ownership? When you own something, what are the powers that come with it?
What are they?
Powers such as you decide what something does. Like if you own a pet, you
Mm-hmm.
decide what it does or where it goes, what it does. Let me give you a source on this
Okay.
because otherwise you're just hitting a brick wall. I mean, do you agree that the powers that belong to ownership are what something does or where something goes, etc.?
Hmm. Sorry, can you repeat?
Yeah, I'm saying that what I was talking about what powers come with when you own something.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
So like you decide where something goes. Yeah, like if you own a if you own a pet, for example,
Mm-hmm.
you decide where it goes, you decide what it does. So when you own something, these are the powers that attach to it. You decide what something does and where it goes, right?
That is part of it, yes.
Yes, so these are the powers attaching to the rights of ownership, right?
But there's also the part where
No,
the
no, no, no,
some,
no. This is a syllogism.
but there's more
This
to it.
this is a syllogism.
You are a Disney watcher. There is more to it because there is no agency to the slave. The slave cannot disobey. That is a key part of slavery. And a soldier can disobey a direct command, by the way. That is within the purview of soldiers. Unless you live in a dictatorship. That's a different matter altogether.
Okay, I'm just looking at a source. Hold on.
Mandatory military service and the draft are not considered slavery by law. Because there's far more agency to the soldiers than to slaves.
So, I'm just curious, what if somebody says that,
I'm not sure you
what
know
if
what
during chattel,
chattel slavery is, to be quite honest with you.
yeah, well, I'm asking you a hypothetical, so if you can,
Yeah.
so, during chattel slavery, what if somebody just said, yeah, we don't own these people, but, functionally and effectively, we are going about our days as usual, but we don't own these people. But we are going to do the same thing that we were doing before. We just don't consider them as property. Does
Oh,
does that change anything?
would
Is
they
there
be
is it
able
not
to go
slavery
free?
then? No.
Well, then you've answered your own question. But I'm not sure what that has to do with the draft.
Yeah, so you can't leave the draft either.
No, it's mandatory service.
I mean, sure, you can make some exceptions.
Yeah, and you have agency within that.
Yes,
What
so
do
you
you do?
can't leave it either.
Yeah, it's mandatory service. But mandatory service is not the same as slavery. There are huge differences.
You just said that you cannot leave during chattel slavery. Therefore, it is still slavery, even though
Yes,
they don't,
because
even if
they
they don't
do all
consider
the
them.
things that they do during chattel slavery. You did add that little description. Yeah.
Yeah,
If
but
they
you
do
said that
all the
you said
things that
that
are
even if
present and they cannot leave, then it's still chattel slavery. Yes. Nothing changed. But the draft does not meet the conditions of chattel slavery. Because soldiers are not property of the state. The state cannot just do whatever it wants with soldiers. At least in democratic countries, that is. And being a chattel slave has no time limit as well.
Okay, so can I put this in chat, in YouTube chat? I have a link.
I'm sorry?
So I have a source.
Yeah.
Can I put this in YouTube chat?
Put it in my side chat, lucyhaza.org/live. Can you tell me what the source is?
Yale University.
Okay.
And so I don't have access to the Discord chat.
Not the Discord chat. You have to go to a page, lucyhaza.org/live.
What about YouTube? So everybody can like click on it.
YouTube does not allow links.
Oh, well, let me check.
Except from moderators.
Can you see it? No, I'm just gonna put it on global chat, I guess. This is, if that's okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, so if you go to page, yeah, it's a PDF. If you can go to page 16, go to page 16. 16.
16. Yeah.
Yes. So guideline 2, the exercise of powers attaching to the right of ownership. So they are defining what powers attaching to the right of ownership mean.
Can you read it
So
out
in
loud?
cases of slavery, yeah, if you can read it or I can read it.
Yeah, read it. I'm actually going to, because this is interesting enough that I can. Hop. Hold on. Yeah, read it out loud, and I'll. Read it out loud. Page 16.
Okay. So in cases of slavery, the exercise of the powers attaching to the right of ownership should be understood as constituting control over a person in such a way as to significantly deprive that person of his or her individual liberty with the intent of exploitation through the use of management, profit transfer, or disposal of that person. Usually, this exercise will be supported by and obtained through means such as violent force, deception, or coercion. So, you now understand, hopefully, what powers attaching to the right of ownership mean.
Yes, I do. And it does not apply to the draft.
So in a draft, are you depriving that person of individual liberty?
With the intent of exploitation through the use of management, profit, transfer, or disposal? No.
We can talk about intent later. So, are you depriving?
That a soldier is not completely deprived of their liberty. No.
I mean, I can't work with this if you're gonna argue like this.
Well, I'm just arguing what
If
you
you're just
said.
gonna lie to my face,
Oh, I'm not lying. The
well,
intent
if you're
is
gonna
not
lie to my face,
exploitation. The intent of the draft is not exploitation, uh, use, management, profit, transfer, or disposal. No.
well, but you don't even agree that it is the deprivation of liberty.
Because it's
You
not.
don't even agree with that. Okay, so when you're forcing somebody to be in the military, you are depriving that person of liberty,
Oh, we're going back to
right?
the jury duty example, aren't we?
We are talking about this definition.
Yeah,
Are you, it's a yes or no question. It's a simple yes or no question.
I just said yes.
Yes. So, I mean, I'm not sure about the intent. We can't really.
No, we can. It is in the definition that you just read. It deals explicitly with intent. In such a way
So
as
I
to
think I
significantly
am
deprive that
understanding.
person of his or her individual liberty with the intent of exploitation. So you just read a definition that speaks of intent, and then you said we cannot speak of intent. With the intent of
No, I don't think
exploitation through the
intent.
use of management, profit, transfer, or disposal of that person. We are talking about intent.
So
It's in the
you don't.
definition.
This is not a definition.
I, yeah, I,
This is
I
not a
just
definition. First of all,
I just read what you provided.
yes, I provided what I provided is not a definition. It's a whole document that basically
It's a
is trying to
guideline,
figure
yeah,
out what
and
powers attaching to the right definition
it
mean.
speaks of
Yeah,
intent.
it's not a definition.
Well, it's a guideline, and it speaks of intent. And now you tell me that we cannot speak of intent, even though the guideline clearly speaks of intent. What you just gave me to read, what you just read out loud, speaks of intent.
So, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. That it's a guideline, not a definition. So it's not a guideline either.
It
It's not
is.
a
It says
well,
guideline
it is a
number 2.
guideline, but not.
Guideline 2, the exercise of powers
Yes,
attaching
yes, it
to.
is.
So, yes, it is a guideline. Am I being
Yes.
gaslit in
I'm
real
sorry.
time?
It is a guideline.
Okay.
No, it is a guideline, but
All
it
right.
is not a definition in the sense that all of these parameters have to be met for it to be considered the thing.
So which do
So
and which do not?
when it
Are we
speaks
just
of
gonna
with the
pick
intent,
and choose?
yeah, it's not a definition. We have to, I guess, pick and choose.
I mean, when a
We are
parent
not
takes care of
we are
a
not looking
child,
at
is
this
that
entire
slavery?
document. No, hold on. I mean, you can deprive somebody of individual liberty with the intent of exploitation, and it's still not be it still wouldn't be slavery in a lot of cases.
Can you give me an example?
So, anyways, when they're
No,
talking
no, no,
about,
no, no. Can you give me an example? You
yeah,
just said
like
that
a
there.
parent,
Are you saying that a parent
like
takes
being a
care of
parent.
the children with intent of exploitation?
Some of them
Oh,
can.
then they would be turning their child into a slave. Yes, their personal slave.
Okay.
Like you just said that there are
So
many examples of
when
people
this
depriving
document
people.
mentions,
You just told me that there are many examples of people depriving others of their individual liberty with the intent of exploitation, which are not slavery. You just said that. So give me those examples.
Yeah, like a parent. You said you think that's a personal slave. I don't think so.
Well, no, but the intent is not exploitation.
Like a parent, like a bad parent.
Yeah, the purpose, the intent of parenting is
And
not
by the way,
exploitation.
we are not even talking about. Yeah, you can have the intent of exploitation and deprive a child of liberty, because you're a parent.
Yeah.
I still don't think that's a slave. That's just a bad parent with a child. I don't think that's a
Well,
slave.
it's a bad parent that turns their child into a personal slave.
But
Yeah.
you're really going off a tangent here.
Why? Why am I going on a tangent?
Yeah, yeah, sure. I can concede that. That's not relevant.
Well, if you can
Sure.
concede that, then it's not a tangent, is it?
You think that would be a personal slave in that? Well, I can concede this whole point. I don't care. Yeah, sure,
Well,
you're right.
then if you can concede it,
So what? Anyways,
then it's not really a tangent by definition, right?
okay, I disagree, but moving on. So when this guideline talks about intent, I don't think it's so here's a definition. Here are parameters that have to be met. What they mean to say is that usually it happens with the intent of exploitation.
Sorry?
I don't think it's a strict definition.
You don't think slavery needs to be exploitative?
I'm sorry, I don't want to be rude,
Yeah.
but you're being you're failing to understand. You're failing to understand basic English.
Am I?
Yeah, I mean it's rich coming from me. I know. Yeah,
Well, then I
I
guess you
don't want to be
should.
rude. I'm sorry, but
Well, if I'm failing to understand basic English, then maybe it's your job to explain it to me better. That would indicate a failing on your part.
okay. I'm trying, and I think I have. And if you don't get it, you just don't get it. There's nothing I can do.
Well, you
I
cannot
think you
just
don't
say I'm
want to get
right
it.
and if you don't get it, you don't get it. The reality is, under international law, US law as well as Ukrainian law, the draft is not slavery. You cannot just uh, fit it into your
Yeah,
personal
don't even get me
definition and
started. Don't even get me started on U.S. law, because
Mhm.
do you know the 13th Amendment? It says that slavery or forced labor are to be
Yeah,
prohibited.
yeah,
We have talked about this on Discord.
we have, yeah.
So you agree that you think that the draft is not slavery? Do you
Yeah,
agree that it is forced servitude?
it's not.
It's not forced servitude.
No, it's service, not servitude.
You have to Google servitude.
No, there is a selective service. The US draft is, yeah, there is uh, drafting of the 13th Amendment. Neither slavery. There you go, 13th Amendment. Yeah, you're talking of the,
Nor involuntary servitude.
yeah,
So is the draft no, no, hold on, please. Is the
yeah.
draft involuntary servitude?
No, it's not
Yes or no?
servitude. No,
So you agree it is involuntary servitude.
it's not involuntary servitude. No,
Is it involuntary?
it is involuntary, but it's not
Is it
servitude.
involuntary?
Yeah, it is involuntary, but it's not servitude.
What is
Sorry? You tell me.
Can you define servitude?
Can you? I am the one that fails at basic English, remember?
Okay, so Merriam-Webster servitude is okay. I'm telling you what servitude means. So
Okay.
according to Merriam-Webster,
Mm-hmm.
it's a condition in which one lacks liberty,
Yeah.
especially to determine one's course of action or way of life.
Yeah. And the draft does not
So when you are
fall
draft,
under that.
so when you're drafted, so hold on. When you're drafted, you lack liberty. You have agreed to this like 5 minutes ago,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, so you lack liberty. It is
That's right.
servitude because you lack liberty.
That's right.
So it is servitude. So it is servitude
No. Have you heard
because
of
you
the
lack
selective
liberty.
draft law cases in the US?
Yeah, I don't. You're talking about case law, yes.
Yes. The Supreme
Yeah,
Court held that conscription did not violate the 13th Amendment's prohibition of involuntary servitude or the First Amendment's protection of freedom of conscience. I guess that settles our dispute, doesn't it?
okay.
Would you not agree?
Mm,
Under the US
no,
law,
because the
yeah,
courts are the courts just they just courts interpret the law.
yeah.
All they're doing is
And the
interpretation.
Supreme Court has held that the conscription does not violate the 13th Amendment.
Yeah, and when they do this interpretation, and they
When the
go back
Supreme
and forth
Court,
as well, like they
when
did
the
on Roe v. Wade.
yeah,
No,
but
you know that.
as of right now, that is the status quo. That is what we have.
Yes,
So
I know
until
that.
the
And
situation changes, according to US law, the draft is not slavery. It does not violate the 13th
I
Amendment.
obviously, o- obviously, I mean that the courts are wrong
So
in their
what are we?
interpretation.
Well, no, you have to prove it. Can you prove it?
Yeah, I was proving it, but you
Well,
just,
no, you have not proved it.
went back to,
Proving it would be going to
yeah,
court and winning a case, not telling me that you think that they're incorrect.
so
You
I
can
believe
do
that
that
the
about
correct
anything.
interpretation,
I can just say that murder is legal now because the courts are just wrong. They interpret the law wrong. They think it's completely different.
you can make an argument, you,
Yeah, it
you
would be
can make an
incorrect.
argument for it.
Yeah, but it would not change the reality of the
Yeah,
situation. And the reality of the situation is that according to the US law, as it stands, the draft is legal. Because your point is that the US, under the law, does not aid countries that violate human rights. But under the US law, Ukraine does not violate human rights. So it's okay to aid it. That's all that matters. You can make an argument that it's not fair. You can make an argument that the court is incorrect, that it's a bad interpretation of the law. But the reality of the situation that it is legal under law, and the US is perfectly okay to aid Ukraine, which is the core of
okay,
the
so we
argument
are
that you were
talking
making.
past, well, we're actually talking past each other because when I say that it is actually against US law, I mean
Mm-hmm.
that it is against, obviously, it's not interpreted as being against the law,
Well, that's the only
obviously,
thing that matters.
but according to the law, it is
No,
illegal.
what matters is the
No, that's not
interpretation
the
of the
only
law.
thing that matters
I'm
because
sorry, are you
if
a
you have
lawyer?
yes, if you
Are you a lawyer?
neither are you, so
Yeah, that's why I trust
neither
the
are you.
interpretation of the Supreme Court, because I'm not a lawyer, and neither are
Well,
you.
this is just an appeal
So
to
it's
authority.
like,
Well, this is
sorry,
just an appeal to authority.
this is just what?
Well, you're appealing to authority.
Yeah, there is such a thing as appealing to good authority, yes. Not all appeal to
You're
authority
appealing to
is
authority.
fallacious. Yeah, not all appeal to authority is fallacious, believe it or not. Yes.
Yes, it's a fallacy.
No.
Appealing to authority, saying
Fallacious
an
appeal
authority
to
is right just
authorities.
because it's the authority.
No,
That's a
I'm not
fallacy.
saying.
Well, you cut it out like between every two words, basically.
Would you like me to?
Is it also on string?
Would you like me to repeat? Would you like me to?
Is it also on string?
Would you like me to repeat everything that I just said?
No, I don't know. I mean, frankly, no, because I do not care about, I'm saying that I'm of opinion.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that the courts are wrong in their interpretation.
Well, you're not a lawyer. You're
Okay,
not. You're not
fine.
equipped to make an
But the
interpretation.
courts are wrong.
You're not equipped to make an interpretation of the law. You're not a lawyer. You're not educated to do such an interpretation. Are you saying you're a bigger expert on law than the Supreme Court of Justice?
Well, actually,
What qualifies
a lot of
you?
lawyers and actually a lot of
What does qualify you to interpret law?
I think a lot of lawyers and I think I have read the names of a lot of lawyers and even Supreme Court justices
Yeah.
who agree with me, who agree that the draft is a violation of the 13th Amendment.
Well, that's not what the Supreme Court ruled.
Yeah, there is like a panel of 12 judges, I think, and they all vote on it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
some of the Supreme Court justices agree with me.
But most don't.
So, and they go back and forth, like, during another. Yeah, most.
And the result is, again, that is the core of your argument, that under the law, since the draft is slavery, the US cannot aid Ukraine, but that's clearly not the case. Because the law is what the court interprets it to be. That is the whole point of
Okay, so can you define servitude, please? Okay, fine.
Well, I lack the ability to speak basic English.
This is not going anywhere, okay? This is not going anywhere. So
well, no, if you disagree with the legal reality of the US and the international community, then no, this is not going anywhere. Can you define servitude?
Can you define servitude? I did, but I don't know if you understand it. Servitude is when you deprive somebody of liberty.
Yeah. What is liberty? Okay, and how are people in the... Yeah?
Okay, so when you are drafting somebody against their will, you are depriving them of liberty, correct?
You're to a degree, yeah.
Okay, so and it is involuntary.
It is involuntary, right? Yeah.
Go on. Yeah, so it is involuntary servitude, right?
No.
Oh my God, why?
Because it does not deprive. Because it does not deprive the person of liberty completely. We're all deprived of. We are all deprived. We are all deprived of liberty. Yeah, we are all deprived of liberty to some extent. At all times, involuntarily. We're all slaves all the time, by your definition. When you walk on the red light, you're a slave. Yeah. When you cross the road when there is a red light, you're a slave. Because you cannot do that. You can get fined or punished. You can get fined or punished. Well, yeah, because that's the interpretation of the law. But you get fined or punished if you do something that the state does not like. That's a deprivation of liberty by definition. There are things that you can and cannot do within a state. That is deprivation of liberty. By being a citizen of a state, you deprive yourself of certain liberties. Yes, by agreeing to certain rules within society. To obey laws, for example. You cannot choose not to obey laws. It's involuntary. And if you don't obey laws, you get punished. You can get punished severely. You can get punished for life, actually. Did you know that? Or in the US, you can get punished by death if you break certain laws. Is that slavery? Are we all slaves just by being citizens of the state? Can you answer me that?
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. This is kind of ridiculous.
Why?
Okay, so you said that you are, if you're drafting somebody, you are depriving that person of liberty, but it's not a complete deprivation of liberty, right?
Hmm?
So it's not a complete deprivation of liberty. What
No.
would a complete deprivation of liberty look like?
That you cannot do anything without your
Yeah, but
owner's
what
say
would it
so.
look like if you were to?
If I were to describe it, chattel slavery.
Okay, so so complete deprivation of liberty is when you cannot do anything.
Yeah, without your owner's say so. Yeah.
Isn't that what the draft is?
No.
You
No.
cannot.
The state does not control
Yes,
every
you cannot
aspect
do
of your
anything.
life.
Yeah. So when you're drafted, you have to. Okay, so it's not a complete deprivation of liberty. Is it a significant deprivation of liberty?
Sorry?
Is it a significant? If is the draft a significant deprivation of liberty?
Sorry?
Is the draft significant? I agree. I'll consider it's not a complete deprivation of liberty, but is it a significant deprivation of liberty?
It's pretty
You're
significant,
talking
yeah.
to the person in chat.
It's pretty irrelevant.
Okay, so it is significant.
Yeah.
So it is significant.
But it's not
I don't know
significant enough to
why
fall under
wouldn't
the
call it
purview of
servitude then.
slavery. No.
But you can call it servitude,
No.
right?
You can call it service. Do you know what service is?
Okay.
Can you define service for me?
We are not going anywhere.
No, can you define service for me? Or
Service.
yeah, do you know that word? If would you grasp? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I know intuitively what service means. So there's one more thing um, we can talk about before like we finish this up because I don't think we are going anywhere.
I mean, you just try to deny legal reality of the US and in the international community. You're trying to build a case as to why the US legally cannot help Ukraine based on legal reality that just does not exist. So of course we're not going to go anywhere because I live in reality, and the reality
Okay, so
is
do you agree?
like you're making a case that it should be considered slavery, and
Okay,
maybe it should, but it's
so
not,
talking about
right? Also, is India a slave state? I've just been
okay,
told in chat that India
I
is
was
a
just
slave
reading
state.
chat.
Yeah,
Someone mentioned.
yeah. Is it? Can you elaborate? Is India a slave?
No,
Why not?
no.
Section
So he's talking
309 of the
about
Indian Penal Code has been mentioned.
he's talk,
The provision of liberty of one's bodily autonomy as a signature of a slave state. India is a slave state. 309 of Indian Penal Code.
according to this person,
Yeah.
India is a slave state. And according to me, India is not a slave state.
Well, doesn't it have a caste system?
I think it had 100 years ago.
No, it still has a caste system. Do you think India has abolished the caste system? Maybe we're talking about two different Indias, because India still has the caste
Yes,
system. It's
that
still
was
alive as well, and it still affects people's status in society.
well. It has been abolished legally,
But it
but
still
some
functions,
people,
no?
some
Some
religious people,
people.
well, some religious people insist on it, but it's a crime and they get punished for it. But yeah, it's all the issue is only with the religious people. Even with the caste system, even with the caste system, it's not a slave state.
Why not? Even with the caste system, it would not be
When
a
this
slave
person
state.
was talking about,
Like within the caste system, you're basically born into a station in life. That's a pretty big deprivation of any sort of liberty, wouldn't it?
yeah, it's a deprivation of liberty, but it's not slavery. Slavery is not just deprivation of
Oh,
liberty.
so what is it apart from the
So,
deprivation of?
anyways,
You're gonna argue with me that the draft is slavery, but the caste
but
system is
usually
not?
you're forced.
Sorry? What is usually my fault?
Well, I want to address what this. I want to address what your mod on chat is saying.
Okay, address
So,
it.
section 309
Yeah,
says that suicide.
yeah, yeah. Can you read it out loud for us?
Okay, so in India, if
Mm-hmm.
you
Can you
yeah,
repeat?
I am, but keep
Go on.
interrupting me.
No, no, just because I cannot hear you. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so section 309 says that if you attempt to commit suicide,
Mm-hmm.
the state can intervene. Basically, if you're attempting to commit suicide, I
That's
don't think that means you are a slave. Don't even commit suicide.
it doesn't matter. It means you have no ownership over your own body.
Well, anyways, I don't want to talk about. No, I think in a lot of countries, if you are attempting to commit suicide, people will come in to save you. Like even in the US, if you're jumping off a building,
Yeah,
someone is going to come to stop you. That doesn't mean you are a slave. That's ridiculous.
it is when it's enforced by the
So
state.
what else I wanted to talk about? Do you think it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you think the draft in Ukraine is
Morally
severely
just
sexist?
um, mm, draft is the draft. There is a
Is it
level
severely
of
sexist or not? Yeah.
there is a level of leniency towards women, yes, but women join the military as well in Ukraine.
What do you mean? There's a
Do you think that the draft is ageist
they
in
yeah,
Ukraine?
that's irrelevant. Yeah, they volunteer.
Sorry, what's
Hold
irrelevant?
on, hold on. Whether they join voluntarily or not, that's irrelevant. I mean, they're not forced to.
Yeah,
They
but
can just leave the country,
is
and
the
men are
Ukrainian
also not allowed. Yeah, no,
draft ageist?
I don't know. I don't care. And sexism and ageism are two very different things.
Yeah, but there's still a forms
And
of discrimination, right?
yes, and you can discriminate. That I mean, that's fine.
Like
But
young men are exempt from the
discrimination
draft.
on
Did
the
you know
basis
that?
of sex. Okay, yes. And
Right.
they are also, so men are also not allowed to leave the country.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. They are also not allowed to leave the country. I mean, do you think that's sexist? That is severely sexist?
I think there is an element to sexism there, yes, but I can understand why it's being done.
And okay, so you do think it's sexist, and
Yeah,
you
but I
think that's
think
okay?
it's at least to a degree.
Sexism is okay?
I think that it's at least to a degree justified, yes, in this case, yes. Do you know why it's being done?
So sexism is justified?
Do you know why it's done?
Why do you think it's justified?
Because there's a demographic crisis in Ukraine right now.
No, no, you said that sexism is justified. Can I know
No,
why do
I'm
you think
saying
it's
that
justified?
exempting women from
I
mandatory
think
services.
I
Yes,
yes,
in
I
this
think that's
case,
just.
yes.
Why do you think that's justified?
Well, I just said
Why?
there's a for the same reason that young people are exempt from the draft in Ukraine, for the same reason why the draft begins at 25. Do you know why the draft begins
Yeah,
at
but older
25?
women.
Older women are at what?
Yeah, but older women. Like if you're somebody 25, you're a man, and
Like I
um,
personally think that women
so
should be
a woman
drafted
who
as
is
well,
much
but
older.
I can understand the logic behind the state doing it. But yeah, I think that women should be drafted, yes. But what is the point that you're
Yeah, but
making?
why? Okay, why do you justify the sexism here?
I think that the logic that the
You
state
said that for the
employs.
same.
Sorry?
No, no, sorry. Go ahead. Just give me. Just tell me concisely why you think it's justified.
I'm not saying it's justified. I said that I can understand why it's being done. It's not the same thing.
Is it justified or is it not justified?
I personally think that women should be drafted as well, but the state has decided not to, and I
You're
can
not
understand
answering.
why.
You can't answer a simple question. It's a yes or
I
no
am. I'm
question.
just
Is it
answering with more
justified?
than one word. Maybe you're the one failing to understand basic English now.
Okay. And you can tell me why. Because I asked you why do you think it's justified, and you failed to answer it. You said I can understand why.
So
So
yeah,
why do you think it's justified?
what do you think I think is
Okay, and
justified?
tell me. Yeah, why do you think it's justified?
Why do you say that I think it's justified?
Because you just said that it's justified.
No, I didn't. I never said it's justified. I said that I said, and I will repeat, I think personally that women should be drafted, but I can understand the logic behind the action.
Do you think that's okay, or is it a bad thing? Is it immoral? Are they doing a really bad thing, or is that okay? The sexism.
I think.
I know, I understand that
Okay,
you understand the
what is your point? Get to the point, because I feel like you have a point. Do you have a point?
No, I'm asking you. No, I don't have a point. I just have a question. You just can't answer it for some reason.
I
Do
am
you think that's
answering.
okay? The sexism?
What do you
No,
think it's
no, you're telling
sexism?
me that you understand. You told me that you understand why they are doing this, but
Yeah,
I'm asking you, do you think that's okay, or is that a very bad thing?
I think in this case it's okay.
And if you think that's okay, why do you think it's okay?
why do you think it's not okay?
No, I'm asking, it's not okay because it is sexist. Why do you think
Wait, why
it's
do you
okay?
think it's sexist? You just declare it sexist, but you have to sort of justify it.
Okay, it is sexist because they are discriminating on the basis of sex. Now, can I please just know why you think it's okay?
Mm,
You are really hesitating. You just don't want to answer this question. You are so hesitating.
I am hesitating because, on the one hand, yes, I do believe that it's bad to discriminate
Yeah,
based on. Oh, so I guess I cannot speak. Do you want an answer from me, or do you want a
yeah,
snippet, a
I
soundbite?
think
Yeah.
no, I'm not a streamer, so I'm not gonna do anything with soundbite.
So can
But
I
I think
answer?
the reason you're hesitating is because you have. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I do think that it's bad to discriminate based on sex. I basically think that the draft should be across the board. Women should be drafted into the military as well as men to defend the country. But at the same time, I do understand the logic of the state that thinks um, that women are the preserving women would help to combat the country is in. Yes. Does that answer satisfy you?
And Ukraine is not.
Green specific
No,
thing.
and Ukraine is not doing that. Ukraine is not drafting women. Men are not allowed to lead.
Yeah, but that's not a Ukraine specific
Okay, but
thing.
we are
Every
talking about
single
Ukraine. So
every
Ukraine is not doing that. Ukraine is doing something very.
Yeah, but all countries do it. So I'm not sure why you're making that Ukraine specific
I
thing.
think Israel and Norway doesn't do
Doesn't do what?
because there's a war going on in there. And by the way,
Yeah.
okay, not every country has a sexist conscription,
Oh,
like
okay.
Israel or
Name me.
Norway, for example.
Israel. Yeah. Okay. Mm,
And I think Sweden or Norway or some other European country. I don't know. I don't care.
well, you should care.
No. Okay. So Ukraine is not doing
Israel
what
is the
you.
Israel is the exception. It's not the rule. And you're acting as if Ukraine was part of some exception, a sexist exception to the non-sexist rule. Like you just named an exception which Israel is rather than Ukraine. You know that, right?
See, you don't wanna.
Well, yeah, it's bad, but it's also bad in Russia. It's also bad in. Well, I can name you dozen countries. And what's your point? What's the point of talking about it in the context of Ukraine?
But you don't wanna actually talk about. Actually wanna talk about the topic at hand. You just
Well, what is
so
the topic?
you're refusing to talk about the
What is the
topic. You
topic at
just wanna
hand?
defend Ukraine.
Okay, I agree. It's bad that Ukraine does not draft women into the military. So where
I
do we
was
go from
talking
here?
about. Well, I was talking about how Ukraine is sexist and how they're sexist, and you just pivoted to,
Yeah, and
oh, every country does
so
this.
is
Like,
Russia.
you just
Well,
want to
like,
defend
yeah,
Ukraine.
what's your point? Ukraine is. What's the point of saying that Ukraine is sexist? What is the point? You just want to say Ukraine is okay? Ukraine is sexist. Where do we go from here? Are you saying that because Ukraine is sexist, it does not deserve military aid?
So first of all, it is sexist, and you just hesitated so much to admit it. I mean, you almost refused to admit it. I mean, so do you see where this? So do you see how you're dishonest?
I'm dishonest
Because
because I hesitated and did not give you
you
an
hesitated so
automatic.
much. You
I'm dishonest because I think before I speak.
No, you hesitated because you
Yeah,
realized
I hesitated
that
because I
you
thought
are.
about my answer. Yes.
No, you hesitated because you realized that you are wrong, that Ukraine is sexist, that Ukraine is a
Well,
bad
that
guy, but you
if
don't want to say that.
the
You
bad
really want
Ukraine
to
is the
defend
bad guy.
Ukraine, even though it is.
I don't even know what to say to you at this point. Ukraine is a bad guy because are you talking of Ukraine as if it was an entity, a living entity? Ukraine is a bad guy. I'm not sure
I
what
mean,
your point is. What does it even mean? Ukraine is a bad guy. You're you're
is
speaking
simple English
nonsense.
again. Uh,
No, you're failing
okay.
English.
Well, I
Actually,
feel.
unironically, right now. Yes, there is sexism within Ukraine,
Well, I think we can
but
just.
if your takeaway is therefore Ukraine as some collective entity is a quote unquote bad guy, then I don't even know what your argument is.
Well, I think we can. This is not going anywhere. We can just agree to disagree.
About
And
what?
it was nice speaking
Ukraine
with
being
you.
a bad guy, quote unquote.
Yes.
Okay, agree to disagree.
All right.
Is Russia a bad guy? Are you here? Are you gone? Oh, they left. Well, that's it, I guess. That's it. We agreed to disagree that Ukraine is a bad guy, and they left. So there you have it. That was the debate. What did you think? So how did you like the debate? Oh my gosh, I'm dishonest, I guess. So here you go. That's the debate. I was. Oh my god. Now you have to make President Sunday react to this, okay? I like that they sounded like a mouse while you were a fearsome mega duck. I guess that's the one debate in which I did not sound like a super friendly conversation. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Hello. Are you here to debate me next? About Ukraine being sexist?
Hello.
Hello. I can hear you now.
Awesome. You know, I,
Have you
the
watched the
debate
debate?
seemed.
Have you
I
watched the
watched the
debate?
last 2 minutes. All I need to know is you won on sound quality alone. That's important. Um,
I see.
you had good points. Don't get me wrong, but points are like the fourth or fifth. Like substantive points are always the fourth or fifth most important thing when it comes to debate. First
Right.
step is being hotter than the other person. So like you had a face while they didn't have a face, so you won that one just purely off that. And then two, you got to have better sound quality, and then and then everything else is secondary. Oh, is this a better mic than what I had last time?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, because I was doing it off a tablet last time. Anyway, how? Also, I would have tried to join in for some dunks, but
I'm using a
I'm not.
laptop microphone. Also,
Yeah, I'm not. I'm still not. I tried to join the Giggle Cord. That is me. Hello, hello. Whoever asked that. Yeah, I tried to rejoin Giggle Cord, but it appears I'm still banned.
also, there are very big limitations on which sort of.
This is my official unban.
Yeah. Like, God, what? I guess I just lack the ability to understand even the most basic of English. Who knew?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we're the language of debate is far more primal than any spoken language. It's a debate of vibes and vibes entirely.
I see.
This is professional wrestling, not a forensic society.
I'm not even sure what I'm supposed to do with an argument of.
Yeah.
The Supreme Court has ruled that conscription is not slavery, that it does not violate the 13th Amendment. Well, they're wrong. Oh, okay.
Conscription is not slavery.
What am I supposed to do with this argument?
What you're supposed to do is make fun of them and their voice. You're supposed to emasculate them.
Oh yes, of course. That's the ticket.
You have to understand. You have to. The standards are basically just you have to. Okay, step one to winning it here. This is. I'm gonna.
But you said I won, so why do I have to listen to additional advice how to win if I
just because
want.
LeBron James can win a game by 40 points does not mean he should not plot on how to win by 80 points.
A win's a win. I'm a Go player. I consider a
That's
win
not
by
true.
half a point a win. Okay.
No, I'm a World of Warcraft player. Okay, I need to be able to solo 3 people at once. Okay. Man's playing. Do you watch professional wrestling?
I've seen a little bit. I watch professional. I watch some boxing. If that see, I watch
Professional
boxing.
professional wrestling are completely.
Yeah, boxing's better. I know.
Boxing is. Well, yeah, that and also boxing is trying to become wrestling.
Is it?
Like that's what the whole Jake Paul. That's what the whole Jake Paul Tyson fight was. That was professional wrestling. Most people who watch that fight wanted to watch and see Jake Paul lose. But most of the people that watch that fight
But
did
he
not give a
didn't.
single fuck about boxing, and not most people.
True,
I know that,
but
but
he
most
still didn't.
everybody who was a real boxing fan knew he wasn't. Okay, like any boxer, anyone who's done any amount of boxing training can probably beat most 60-year-olds, even if they are legends. Okay?
True.
Like it's just it's not even about
Oh.
punching power. It's just being able to go multiple rounds without gassing out. Okay, as someone who's done boxing before, like it doesn't matter how hard you can punch. If somebody can avoid you for 3 rounds until you're tired, then you're fucking getting pieced.
Have you done boxing?
Yeah.
For how
My
long?
my uncle
For
is
how
a
long?
boxing instructor.
Oh, for how long?
Not very long. Not incredibly long. I did
Have
it for like a
you-
few years just to get in shape during the pandemic.
Okay. Have you treated it seriously? Were you onto it?
No, I never wanted to be an
Did you
actual
train
boxer. I literally
seriously,
just did it.
or did you like? Treat it
I mean, I
just
had
like
nothing
a-
else to do during the pandemic, so I was doing it four times. I was doing it like 4 times a week. But I'm asthmatic, so I was never really wanting to actually get in the ring with anybody because
Oh,
like,
so you,
even if
but,
I could punch
but
them
you
hard,
must have done you must have done sparring, right?
only a couple times, but I just wasn't interested in it because like nobody wants to fight the wheezy asthmatic guy. Like it's
Fair enough.
not fun for them. It's not fun for me.
I guess.
You know, it'd be like trying to play basketball against somebody in a wheelchair.
I'm streaming this from a different apartment, so I'm having internet trouble. Basically, like the ones that I had in Ukraine, which is yeah.
Wait, isn't Elon Musk throttling your guys' Starlink? He's afraid of your debate skills.
I don't have a Starlink in Poland.
Okay. Hello. Hey, my girlfriend just got home.
Hello, girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, it's President Sandri doing a call-in thing.
Hey, say hi to Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Hello. So, what did you think of the debate? Of what you've caught of it?
I think you won, but you need to up your mogging skill.
Mogging skill.
Yeah.
They are a super different thing, boxing and wrestling. I don't know. They all have their.
Right.
They both have their pros and cons, I guess.
Professional wrestling is theater. Boxing is sport.
Right.
Well, like
Yes.
professional wrestling is combining theater with sport. It's for theater
Yeah.
kids. It's for the gayer theater kids that are masculine.
I mean, it's the activity, but it has element of choreography, and yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah.
But you know, it's just a lot of it. You just like the other part of a debate is just making them feel bad about themselves. You know, You gotta get do a little bit of like, because like the other thing about the debate, the auto win, is you have to make the other person mad. And the first rule of internet
I mean,
debating is the first person to
I
get
did
mad
make them.
loses.
I feel I accomplished that, at least.
You got a little mad though. You got a little mad, so you kind of lost there.
Yeah, but they got more mad, so I win.
You gotta,
Because
you can't.
they started telling me that that I cannot
Look,
understand
no,
simple
you
English.
guys, you both lost because you both got mad
Wait, but I
and are
won.
both ESL.
I see. No.
You lost points on that regard, but you still won overall. Right.
Oh, it's not. Oh my god. I'm having technical issues today.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, next time you're on President Sunday's stream, you should tell him that you apologize for him getting pump faked by a mentally ill person. He'll know what you're talking about.
What?
I tricked him out of some logs earlier. I told him I would pay him money for some logs, and then I swore on my mother's life. And then he gave me the logs, and I said, "You overestimate how much I care about my mother." And
Okay.
it was very stupid.
I
It's so stupid.
okay.
No, don't jeopardize your relationship and proximity to his community. I get it. You're a poor Eastern European woman who needs the American money.
Jesus. I am in
No,
Eastern European. You should donate while you're at it.
I don't. I have to go put more money in the bank. All I have is cash.
Let's see.
I literally was. I was buying my aunt a Christmas present today, and I ran out of money, so I had to like half cash it, half debit it. I
Oh,
was getting her a all made of yak wool because she's about to start chemo, so I'm like, she's probably gonna be cold soon.
right.
Not like dead cold, but like, yeah.
It's dead cold in Eastern Europe.
I've heard. That's why I'm never gonna go. Mostly because I can't afford it, but also because it's cold.
It's cold in the winter. You can come in the summer when it's super hot.
I also I just feel like they wouldn't like me there in Eastern Europe. I've heard rumors of their race relations things. I could try and telling them I'm a Turk, but I feel like that would get me just a different kind of racism.
I see.
I feel like I could pass for a Tartar, couldn't I?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. They're like Eastern Europe's equivalent of a Mexican, right?
No. What?
I don't know. They're just the only brown people I see in the area.
Well, they're the Roma people. Have you forgotten that Roma people exist?
I'm an American, so the only Roma person I know is Elvis Presley.
I see. Okay. Gosh, that tired me out. That was tiring. That was not tiring. It was draining.
Nobody talks about how debating dumb people is draining. You know, it's like they're like mind flayers. You know, just draining your brain. Just
I don't. How long was this? How long was
they're
this
blade
whole
man.
thing? I cannot even check how long this was because the stream, the OBS sort of disconnected. So until I end stream, I will not know for how long I have streamed. I have started the stream at 11ish, I believe. So I guess it was an hour.
Yes,
at
it
least.
started streaming 3 hours ago. 3 hours ago, you got 10
God.
viewers.
Was this debate over 2 hours? Really?
You got to set a time limit for debates. That's what I learned real early.
Also, a friend from Florida sent me a package from the US. Did you know? I got
What was it? Was it a bomb?
oh yeah, it's the bomb. It's the bomb. a handmade scarf, a pack of Old Bay.
I wouldn't trust a Floridian.
Sorry?
Okay, Old Bay tasting nice. I wouldn't trust a Floridian scarf. I just feel like if anything, it might be good for
Oh,
like
it's-
rain, but
No, it's
Little
great.
L.
I'm wearing it now. You saw it. If you watched the debate,
Okay.
you saw it. I'm wearing it.
I'm watching now.
blue one.
I have your stream on.
Yeah,
silent.
the blue one. See? That's it.
I'm about to hit.
That's the.
Hey babe, can you bring the bong to me? Sorry.
And I
I'm about to
also
hit-
got some
That's it.
apple butter. Apple butter.
I thought you said, instead of apple butter, I thought you said apple bottom, which was a type of
Apple
jeans.
butter. Butter. Butter.
Hold on, do you know that song? Do you know what song?
I know. No, I don't know
Apple-
any. I don't know any
Bottom
song.
jeans,
I don't know any songs. Okay.
apple
I'm
bottom
illiterate.
jeans, and
I don't
the-
understand basic English. I don't know any songs.
If I send you a song, will you listen to it?
No. It's copyrighted probably, so no.
Not on stream, just for yourself. God damn, not
Ah.
everything has to be content, Lucy.
Everything has to be content. I'm poor. I need money. Donate. Also, I got a
Quick
painting
question.
of I got a painting of the Maryland bird because. What's your favorite state?
My favorite state? Colorado.
Wrong answer. Should be Maryland
Why Maryland?
because it's the U.S. in miniature and has the biggest amount of historical buildings in the entirety of the U.S. And you can learn history just by going
Bitch,
there
have you
and
seen The
visiting.
Wire? Okay, since you're a big wait, you're not even a Maryland fan. You haven't even watched The Wire.
I don't care about wires. I care about history.
The Wire is the greatest TV show of all time, bar none. Like up there with Breaking Bad, and it's
Yeah, I don't
set
care about
in
TV
Maryland,
shows.
and
About
you don't know
about
I think
care
you're
about
a fake
history.
fan. Name your 5 favorite historical buildings in Maryland. Go.
The Museum of Maryland.
What? Wrong. First, ContraPoint's house. 2.
What? Well, I could just
I
run.
said
I could.
the first best historical building is
I could-
ContraPoint's house.
I could name anything, and you wouldn't even know if I'm right because you probably don't know the historical buildings.
You test me. Test me.
All right, the courthouse.
I promise you, hold on, I know way more about Baltimore. The rest of Maryland, I don't know a lot about.
There you go.
Baltimore, I definitely know about.
We're gonna check. Yeah, there you go.
What Death of Felipe Auguste said, you would like The Wire. It's political.
I don't know The Wire. I haven't watched it.
You should absolutely that show is theory. Okay,
Well, then I watch it.
it is so good.
It is.
It was the Breaking Bad of the early.
Okay, I'll watch it. What if I told you that
I don't care
have
how
not
you watch
watched?
it, pirate it,
What if I
whatever.
told you that I haven't watched Breaking Bad?
I would tell you you're transphobic because Jesse Pinkman has T-boy swag.
What if I told you I have no clue who Jesse Pinkman is?
I mean, you just said you've never watched Breaking Bad, so that wouldn't be a surprise.
There you go. So you telling me that it's the Breaking Bad of whatever period could, technically speaking, not tell me anything.
Okay. What was the best show in Poland? What's the best show in Poland? Like you guys, like a video of you, like I don't know, boiling a potato. Like I don't know what the Polish television it is.
What if I don't watch television? What if I just sit all day and read history books?
That makes you okay. Look, I think that there is a happy medium between doing nothing but reading and doing nothing but reading TV. Okay, I feel like if you do
Reading
nothing
TV.
but watch TV, fuck you. Oh, I feel like if you do nothing but watch TV, you are less good than somebody who like there has to be a happy medium before. Okay,
You're right.
they're both artistic in their
You're
own
right.
right.
I take breaks. I admit I take breaks from eating to interview children that were trapped in the
Bombed by Russia. I get
yeah,
it.
yeah.
I mean, you also take time to watch President Sunday videos, which are infinitely worse than anything else.
I don't watch. How do you know that I watch President Sunday videos?
Oh, so you're saying you don't? I'll let him know so he knows to cut you out of the orbit. No, no, I'm kidding.
It's just you're a nerd.
Yeah, he's a nerd. But anyway, you should experience the greatest art of the visual medium. Well, do you read comic books or do you only read nonfiction? You seem like someone that only reads nonfiction.
I usually try to read nonfiction, yeah, at least recently. I've watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima.
Okay, fuck off. I'm sorry. Yeah, I watched it.
What?
I watched the shitty Dragon Ball reboot. So
It's
that's
not.
TV.
It's not. It's not a shitty Dragon Ball reboot. It's the last work that Akira Toriyama
Okay,
did
whatever.
before
All Dragon
dying.
Ball
Thank you
shitty,
very
okay?
much.
I'm
Okay.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm just trying to be.
Okay,
I'm just
okay,
trying
I
to be
get it. It's
respectful
sentimental.
to the
If you
great
like the
artist
last
Akira
thing you did.
Toriyama by watching the last art, the last thing that he worked on. Yeah, I'm trying to be as an artist
Look, I'm
myself.
sorry.
I
Just
try to be
anyone-
respectful to other artists. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Anyone who, sorry, just anyone. I'm suspect of anyone who makes the character, fucking Mr. Roshi. Okay.
Also, I take breaks to play Stalker 1 and 2.
Okay. What? You just weren't depressed enough about Eastern Europe, so you decided to play that.
Yeah. Well, what's wrong with Stalker? You have to. Do I have another debate brewing on my hands?
I have no complaints about Stalker because I haven't played it. I just know that it's set in a gray area, aka all of Eastern Europe.
No, it's not set in all of Eastern Europe. Actually, it's just
Is it
it's
set?
Chernobyl. You know, it's
Okay, the place that everybody thinks about. If you go to an American and you say name a place in Eastern Europe that's not Russia, they will say Chernobyl.
I'm not gonna dive into what that implies, but. So you think
Oh, yeah,
Chernobyl is
nothing
all of
good.
Eastern Europe?
That is what everyone who's played Call of Duty 4 thinks. Yeah.
Have you played Call of Duty 4?
Yes, I have.
Then I guess I have my answer, don't
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very prejudiced against Eastern Europe.
I see.
All right, I think the Shock Doctor didn't go hard enough. Okay, I'm just kidding.
That explains why you haven't donated yet. I'm gonna have to downsize groceries because of you.
Look, you're not gonna make me feel bad. That's all right. Like, I don't have like shame.
Yes, you do. You're just a poser that pretends not to have shame. People that say they don't have shame have the biggest shame of all. They just hide it.
That's not.
I
don't think you're wrong in most cases.
People
but
that
you
boast
are wrong
about
in
not having shame are probably the most ashamed of them all.
I literally offered. I swore on my mother's life for Discord logs earlier. I don't care.
That doesn't mean that you have no shame. It just means that this particular area just does not enter the things that you're ashamed of.
What do you think? What do you think I'm shameful of?
You're shameful of your prejudice against Eastern Europe.
No, I'm pretty open about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're open
I
about
would
it, but
say,
secretly you're ashamed. That's you're just proving my point.
why would I secretly be ashamed of being prejudiced against Eastern
Well,
Europe?
that's between you and your therapist. Whoosh, bam, got him.
I live in America. You think I can afford a therapist?
Well, then that's between you and the therapist that maybe one day you will afford. Got him.
I'm never. Me and Elon Musk agree on one thing. I never went to therapy. Okay, mostly because maybe this is just a consequence of people I've interacted with.
Yeah.
Everybody I know that like went to therapy just I felt like we're just using therapy language to be worse versions of themselves. Like
Yeah.
they just got better arguments for doing the things they wanted to do anyway. Like
No.
instead of it just being like I'm selfish, it's like I'm making space.
How do you make
I'm
him?
doing the work.
No. God, I'm tired. I have to. I have to. I don't know.
Everything just becomes like
I think I'm gonna. I don't know. Go
Yeah.
and play video games or something. I don't know.
After
It's
what?
so. After this debate, I'm sure. I'm sure fake Alec Calpart
do
to
something
salvage it
that makes you feel
to
better.
just. My first debate about Ukraine, and it's this. Really? Can you believe it that I've not debated Ukraine before? Most of it was not even debating Ukraine. It was debating what is and what isn't slavery. We never got to Ukraine, truth be told. It just ended in this silly, so women are not drafted and you hesitated, so you just don't accept that Ukraine is a bad guy.
Yeah, that's what you should have called him Coper. Like that was total cope. They were overdosing on copium. They were in a copium den.
Like, oh my god, bad
The
guy.
British were about to invade in the 1880s because of the copium wars.
Jesus. Oh yeah, go to
Wait,
Eastern
did the
Europe
Opium
and
Wars
get
happen
free
in the
healthcare. You're
1880s, or am I
right.
thinking of the Boxer Rebellion?
You should come to Poland and get free healthcare. And Entropy Fan is right. Then you'll be able to get your
I mean,
therapist.
there's tons of like hot
Come to
Ukrainian
Eastern-
bitches in Poland now, right?
Come to, of course.
Oh, I don't know. Wait, okay. I just feel like I don't know if I would be a hit with Ukrainian women the way I am with American women, because like I got told I looked like I listened to Phoebe Bridgers the other day, and
Yeah.
I just don't know what that means.
What?
I feel like
Maybe you should
I just feel like that
call-
means I'm only attracted to really gay women.
Oh,
How gay are Ukrainian women? I need to know.
gayest of them all.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. I'll do fine.
Yeah. How gay do you think I am?
I think probably pretty gay. Maybe I don't know. Like you read
Also,
books all day, so like
What,
that's
what
pretty
does it what does it mean to be gay for a trans woman?
gay. That you like other women.
Good answer.
So
Well, I'm more bi, I guess.
congratulations. You have more options than most.
I have all the options in the universe.
Not all
I'm
the
a
options. Some of
famous-
those
I'm a-
options are illegal.
I'm
Bad
a,
Lucy.
well, no,
Some
but
of those options are
those are
illegal,
not
right?
options. I don't consider those options.
Okay, good. You passed my
See,
test.
I've beaten you.
Won that debate. I'm so stupid. Wait, is weed legal in Poland?
Medical.
Fuck. I mean, I guess if I'm getting free healthcare, can you like? Is it real easy to like lie and get it? Like I could just be like, I fall sometimes.
Just say you have pain in your bones and you can sleep.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
It's pretty
boner
high
pain,
quality
sir.
as well. It's pretty good quality as well, the medical.
I don't believe that.
It's pretty good.
Sorry. I feel like here in America we've been we have been. I mean, it's probably good to you. You have to understand. I have been like inundated with really good weed for like the last 15 years. Like with like I have family members that grew things for the Cannabis Cup.
I see. It's still it's objective.
I've never seen an Eastern European entry to the Cannabis Cup.
Hmm?
How do you know? Have you had American?
Have you had
Have you tested American?
Have you tested anything
Yeah,
but
what I'm
American?
saying is, yes, actually, I've had Moroccan.
Oh, then your testing sample is pretty limited.
I mean, not really, considering they supply. I've read about the European drug trade.
Legal or illegal? Which one?
I mean, I read about it. So it was,
Legal or
it was,
illegal?
illegal.
Yeah. So you don't know where the legal one comes from?
Well, most of the now legal come from the biggest illegals of the previous era. So there's going to be
How do
a
you
lot
know
of
that?
synthesis between.
You just made an assumption. Can you prove it? Can you provide me with
They're
hard
just
data?
the people in the best position to do it.
That's just an assumption.
Okay, what do you think the dairy industry took over the weed industry? Come on now. Who else would have just been able to pick up that market slack at the speed they did? It would obviously be the former illegal. Come
No.
on.
That's,
Come on, don't insult my intelligence, Lucy.
Prove it.
You're coping right now. You're
No,
coping.
prove it. I'm sorry.
I have to
Now
prove
you're just
that
galloping me. You're being
majority
bad
of
faith. Prove
modern European.
it. Legal, yes. Prove it.
I have.
Provide
Hold
me
on,
with evidence.
I have to prove.
Provide me with evidence that
Hold on,
is more
we
than
need to
just you saying, well, it's obvious.
Okay, fine.
On studies, metadata,
Big Towel wants you to think.
and water.
Big Towel wants you to think.
And water is the substance in this case. Water has hydrogen bonds, which give it pretty high cohesive forces. And of course, the stream has disconnected in the meantime while we were talking. Because the internet's not
I think
doing
you're
well.
just being a puppet. You're just being a puppet for Big Towel right now.
Yeah, but you know, I provided evidence and you provided cope, so that's 2 debates in a row that I won tonight.
Fine, here I'll just send you the Vice documentary, I guess.
About
Vice
water?
documentary about the Moroccan weed trade.
About water being wet? You're sending me a whole ice thing about water being wet. That's dedication.
Exactly.
Greater Ink, how are you feeling right now? I want to chat to write me how
How
they
am I
think I
feeling?
did. Yeah, how are you feeling? Want the chat to tell me how I did in the debate, especially Vladimir. I want to hear from Vladimir. It was a mind-numbing debate.
Yeah, you know what? Like
Yeah.
if you like decided to go like full grifter,
No.
like you like mixing like the Ukraine comment and the drama con like Anna
No.
does.
No. I'm not
I think
going-
Anna
not
does it
grifting.
like expertly. Like, does Anna
Who?
have media training? Like, did she like go to like
What?
communication?
What Anna?
The Ukrainian Anna,
You think she mixes it with
the
grift?
DGG orbiter that's from Ukraine.
She's not a DGG orbiter, and she
I
does
think
not.
she's grifting for a great cause.
That's not what grifting is. No.
I think she's. I think it's about. I think she understands inserting herself into like certain spheres. I guess it's not really not even grifting. It's just like looking at where the most eyes are and putting
to
yourself
engage
there.
in petty or
But
small
I guess
scale
it's-
swindling.
I guess grifting imply it.
Yeah.
Well, in the context of people
Ways of
that
getting
are,
money,
like,
dishonesty
in
that
the context
involves
of people
tricking
of using
someone.
it on content creators, it's usually just a synonym for clout sharking in order to get more money for
Anna
like bomb down
deceiving?
city.
What is the grift? Who is Anna deceiving? Even in streaming spaces,
So I
grifting
just
means
said-
that you're being dishonest.
I don't think she. I don't think,
That you don't believe what you're saying, but you're saying it because you want money.
I don't think she's being dishonest. I think she just inserts her places.
But that's not grifting. Grifting means that
Yeah, that's
you
exactly what. Give me
no.
money.
Grifting is that you say what your audience wants to hear because you want money from them. That is a grift.
I mean, she is definitely telling like Western audiences what the thing most optimized.
No,
Which is good. She
no,
should be doing
no.
that.
She's not doing that. No.
You don't think she's engaged in like culture war stuff?
I don't think she's
to,
saying
like,
anything that she does not believe in
to, like,
order to get more
get
money. No,
more people to pay attention.
I don't think she ever says anything dishonest in order to get more money. No, I
You
don't
can
think
be.
she.
You can be.
I don't think she. In fact, I can guarantee you.
I don't like care that she's doing it.
But she's not doing it.
Like I think that I should make that clear.
That's
I think she has a lot
okay,
of
but
leeway.
that's
in
okay,
terms
but
of her
she's not doing it.
situation. Okay. Okay, put it this way. If I no, if put it this way, if I acted, if it was in the pursuit of just like a pure individual media career, I think you could probably make more arguments against it. But considering her context, like I would be okay with her going full Laura Loomer
But she's not engaging in
for what
grifting.
she's doing.
Can you give me
Like
an example?
absolute
Can you give
insane
me?
ideal. Yeah,
can you
she's
give me
not
an-
doing that.
Okay.
No, I'm saying I would be okay with her being as unhinged as that
Okay.
in order to get
But
the outcome we both want.
she's not engaging in grifting in order to garner support for Ukraine.
She's going to any community that she wants, even though she probably likely wouldn't associate with that community if it didn't.
That's
give
not the
her
same as
value and
grifting,
stuff.
no.
I don't see a world where she just like, I don't know, tolerates probably getting. It's not, but it's like I guess there should be a better word for it. Wow, you beat me in this debate.
Thank you. Yes, that's another debate at the same night under my belt.
I know you're like the champion. The point of, I don't think that she would tolerate DGG as much as she does. If like her and her family's like life didn't depend on it. I think Steven knows that. And I would like be terrified to be a woman that has that much writing on somebody who has screenshots of them wanting to engage in pedophilic age play.
Oh. What did you think of the debate, Greater Rate?
You know,
Also, what did you
What?
think of the debate, Philip August? I'm asking my audience what they thought of the debate. Not this one, I meant the Ukraine, technically speaking, the Ukraine one. Not the one now. Jeez Louise.
Okay, I'm gonna pay attention to my girlfriend because she's been home
Okay.
for 30 minutes.
Okay.
And it's wondering what I'm doing.
I will see you.
I will see you later. Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye bye. All right. So I guess I am spent. I can just take as much. Thank you for putting your thoughts. I think we've streamed for a long time, and I think I will maybe stream tomorrow. We'll see. Tomorrow is Christian Eve. Tomorrow is Christian Eve or something. English. So I guess I'll see you. I guess I'll raid you into someone. Radio. I guess Present Sunday. There you go. I'm gonna raid you into Present Sunday. How's that for irony? Good night. I've had enough. Go to Present Sunday and tell him to react to this debate. There you go. You're leaving? Yeah. For tonight. I'm very tired of this debate. I'm gonna rest. But I'm gonna rest somewhere on a couch. Sorry. My apologies. This, I don't know. Thank you. We'll make it into a segment. I hope you enjoyed this debate while it lasted. Okay, I'm gonna go and you can tell President Sunday, hey President Sunday, there was just a debate. So with the guy that you didn't want to debate with, go react to it. See you. You didn't want to debate with, go react to it. See you. Good night.